that. We think we're like cool.
Whatever it is, young.
Yo, hey, Gunstown. Marijuana growing on the compound. Take a little bit and pass the rest.
Yo, this is the kid Vol Simmons, and right now I can break down the lyrics for the culture to Gunstown. Yeah. I can see the haters through the Cartier. Me nah no trouble, but the shots are them there. Come and Simmons Alley with the monster le. This is the VI and we not comfy play. That for me is just the intro to my song. That's the first verse, and I want people to understand where we're from. I want the people to kind of like just take a walk with me through, you know, what I see growing up through the Virgin Islands. This whole song to me was like homecoming for me. It's kind of one of those things that I was able to put together that I want. When I went to making a song, I was thinking like, yo, I want to do something for home. I want to do a song that feels like organic, VI grown, you know what I mean, things. So that's how I come up with Gunstown, and you know, that's kind of what come up with it. Sweet pussy girl, let make you procreate. That's a girl in the Virgin Islands have babies. It gotta be a reason for that. Smoke the high grade and take your soul away. And that she frack when the calypso play. Champion lover, she go check for me. Obviously, we have good weed here. If you got the right connect, if you got the right people in your pocket, then you got a good weed. Other than that, it could be sketchy.
That's that loud.
Smell it right quick.
Wow.
Real sketchy, you know what I mean? But it was a big thing in the Virgin Islands, so I wanted to make sure that I that was made relevant in this song, you know what I mean? And that she frack when the calypso plays, like, you know, I grew up in jam band times, you know what I mean? So that was major for me. Calypso really raised me in more than one way, you know what I'm saying? So I wanted to make sure I made that relevant. Even in a reggae song, I feel like it's definitely relevant for our culture because we love reggae, but we also love our calypso, we love our soca. So I wanted to make sure that that was in there as well, you know? Champion lover, what can I say? Yeah. Rise when I start my day. Look to the sky with most high praise. I spark the light and I meditate. I fix my crown and I'm on my way. I'm from the rock. Hey, Gunstown. Marijuana growing on the compound. Take a little bit and pass the rest round, yeah. Take a little hit and pass the rest round. Just telling people to share the weed. You know what I mean? That's what it's about. It's about sharing, it's about giving to your brothers and your sisters, and you know what I mean? And passing the weed around is one way to do so. So the title Gunstown, I come up in the Virgin Islands when it was really, I feel like it was kind of, maybe it might have been a little worse than what it is now, which is a great thing. Which is a great thing. You know, I'm happy to say that. As much as that I hear that going on now, sometimes that's bad, I know that I come from a time in the Virgin Islands where man didn't used to play no games, and they were let off loose easy. A lot of this song was just me reflecting on those times and really kind of like appreciating being able to make it out of that as well, you know what I'm saying? I don't ever want people to look at Gunstown and feel like, you know, it's a gun tune. Ain't really a gun tune. It's like the hook say, you know what I mean? We glad for another day. We glad to wake up the next day and have another chance at life. So that's really what the premise of the song is about, you know what I'm saying? Giving thanks and being grateful and having gratitude for being able to see another day. So that's really what the song is about. Drinking our way and we going way up. Sticking away and you can't play us. If you owe me money, better pay up. Man, also feel no pay cut. We ain't working for nothing. We want everything. I want all my money and respect. So that's the kind of energy I had to put in there, you know what I'm saying? And you know, it's just to let people know that we need to be played with. You know what I mean? We from the Virgin Islands, but we to hold our own in every way, you know what I'm saying? So I wanted to make that relevant in the song as well. A friend of me, you the enemy. A friend of me, that's a penalty. Foul on the play, we go shoot the free. Maybe 2 or 3, that's we energy. No apology. Drop raggedy, black bragadap, that's a tragedy. Cause you know, all our drop them low to the flow and it's raga. But that's what we like, we're gonna put our set in it and we ride into the whole raga. Ain't even barely got no seats in this thing. It might only have the driver seat and the passenger seat, and in the back is a big settee. And that's what that representing, you know what I'm saying? So I wanted people to know, like, you know, like, that's a thing here, like, you know what I mean? We're gonna drop sprint and all. We're gonna hook it up, and that's the vibes. You know what I mean? So I come up where I know a lot of man used to just build out their man own car and put together their man own set. It take them man however long it take, but when a man come on the turf, and man mash up the turf with a man set, you know what I mean? That's another thing, like, you know, like just growing up in the Virgin Islands, that I was always happy to see and be able to experience. Like that was major for us, like just having that set in your car, just come down, driving on waterfront or something, and I think just going crazy. And when you got some calypso going rinky tinky tonky tonk all down the waterfront or wherever you're driving, you know what I mean? So that voice is, like I said, like if you're not a friend of me, you're an enemy, you know what I mean? And that's self-explanatory. Like, don't come around here we ain't vibing, we ain't cool, don't be cool. If you ain't friends, you're the enemy. Just keep it pushing. You know what I mean? And bragada. To be honest, like, that's one of them VI words that I don't even know where it come from, to be honest. But bragadap is your gun. You know what I mean? So if a man saying something, I might bragadap on me, you know what time it is. It's like, you know what I mean? You gotta eat peace on him. So that's one of them VI words that we'd just make up. We'd have a lot of things here we'd say that you might not hear any place else. And I feel like there's a lot like that in a lot of other places you go, but we have our own unique way of doing ours, you know? All right, this has been for the culture. Gunstown was produced by some of my favorite producers. They call Mel and Moose. They did songs with me such as, what songs they do with me? They do Don't Think They Know for Chris Brown and Aaliyah. They produced that. They did some other songs with me too. That's some big songs. I can't really remember them right now, but that's one of the ones that they produced that I wrote before. Some of my favorite producers in Atlanta, very diverse. They could do almost anything. So I love working with them because of that, because obviously verse is not only verse, but it's also short for versatile. So I like to be with producers that could give me a different, or all kind of different, you know, genres, you know what I mean? Because we could dive into anything, yeah. I feel like just loving music and not having nobody else to write it for me made me start writing music. I've been writing music, like I literally was writing music since I've been like in Conquering, like middle school, like 6th grade, 5th, 6th grade, like writing songs. You know, me and Rock City, I forgot, we used to have these chant outs in the halls and all them kind of things. So we always used to kind of just write our own stuff, and that's just how we had to do it. And naturally, we just kind of just understood what song structure was, and just the vibe. No one went to switch the vibe in a song. You know what I'm saying? I think that's something we just kind of naturally had in us. But yeah, I've been writing songs pretty much most of my life. Yeah.
And that's like self-taught, because I went to no school.
Yeah, no. We didn't go to school. I didn't even, I meant to take one choir class in high school, like for half a year or something like that. But nah, I didn't, we didn't go to school for it. I didn't go to school for it. It's just being blessed to know what you want to do will help you find ways to do it. You know what I mean? Not everybody learns what they want to do early in life. Some people find it later, and that's fine. But I happen to be blessed from an early age, just knowing, probably since I was, I don't know, maybe 5 years old, I wanted to do music. You know what I mean? Listening to the radio, knowing like I want to be on the radio. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things for me, is a passion that I could never shake, and I always chased. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of like how I just started music. Yeah. I feel like the video for Gunstown was one of those things for me. I feel like the Virgin has been shot in kind of like one way almost every time, whereas like they just show like the touristy, beautiful sides of the island, which is, we have a beautiful island. I don't blame anybody for shooting that. But there's also underneath that I wanted people to kind of like see and experience through this video. So I wanted to kind of take people through the ghettos. I wanted to take people, you know, through the alley and, you know, Contant and as many places as I can, Ras Valley, you know what I mean, even though it mashed down now, you know what I mean. I want to make sure that people get a sense of the island's realness, you know what I mean, how real the island is. It ain't just like these postcards that you'll see. Is, you know, there's more to it, there's depth to it, and I wanted to be able to show that in the video. So I was lucky I was able to capture that. I actually had to stay on the island for a week, I believe, to capture it. I had come down to do it in one day. We couldn't get it done in one day, you know what I mean? So I stayed for like a week, and we made sure we catch everything that we needed. And to date, that's probably my favorite video. That's my favorite video to date that I've ever done, because it speaks from home, you know what I mean? And that's it's everything that I wanted the video to be. So it's like, I'm really happy about our video.
And that's too because the music that you was making
right.
wasn't, but this project
here, yeah.
We gonna be.
I literally just had this conversation in the car. It took a while for me to understand why I wasn't getting booked here as much. And because we are also a diverse culture, we listen to a lot of music. You know, you could be fooled into thinking that, you know, you could do all kind of music and then just come home and perform. That ain't really how it works here. Like, you really have to do music that speaks directly to the Virgin Island people. You know what I mean? And with all the R&B I was doing, I don't think that was the temperature of what the island really represents or knows and wants. You know, people listen to it in the house, they listen to it in the car sometimes, and that's fine. But they ain't necessarily gonna come out to your show for that. You know what I mean? So, again, this whole project is a homecoming for me in every way. Shows, the music, the sound, everything, the videos, all of it is a homecoming for me. And it's time for that vibe, so I'm excited about it.
I feel a lot of it too is like, we don't listen to it in our home, in our cars, but then like hearing it from somebody that's from home, they be like, all right.
You don't even talk like that.
Yeah, like you don't even speak like that. We think you is like, cool.
Whatever this Yankee fuck over there, this Yankee. All the time you bringing this Yankee fuck here.
They don't want to hear. They listen to anybody away
yeah.
who could do it. But if you from home and you try and pretend like you is some Yankee dude,
yeah.
we ain't trying to hear that. Like that.
I ain't trying to hear that. I ain't trying to hear that.
But Gunstown, I think he really open to the people and they love it.
Yeah.
It's doing its job.
Yeah, yeah. So this is you know, Gunstown is probably there. I never poured Caribbean records before. I poured Property before, That Girl before. I have Marshall Montano. Huh?
Daddy John.
Yeah, Daddy John. I've done it,
Right.
but this is the first time where it get received this kind of way. You know what I mean? Where with Gunstown is the first time where people like listen to it and they like, I could actually feel like, oh nah, they're fucking with this song. You know what I mean? With Gunstown, it was pretty obvious what it was. That they really love this and they like the direction of where this could be going. So I'm excited about it. Yo, this is Virgin Islands King, you already know. We just break down Gunstown for the culture. Make sure you check it out. Yeah.
Take a little hit and pass the rest round. Gunstown, marijuana growing.
Culcha.